All right, we've set this up on the lathe here. Never done this before as far as trying to do something like this. I've just lightly got it over here where the flywheel goes on, because that's not a real critical surface that I can buff that off if it messes it up at all, because it has a keyway that holds that. That's not a big deal. But let's run it and see if we can polish on this, and then we'll still didn't look up the specs. By the way, an update on that letter that I got from eBay about those squares that I ordered for the mill. I just sent them a letter. I have a real high rating on eBay. I don't have any problems with my account. I just said something like, what is the deal? You claim that you're you know, something is shipped that it's not. All it was, it showed on eBay, you know, on my purchase history, it showed order delivered, and it wasn't nothing ordered. There was no order delivered. All it was a letter saying it's coming later. It scares me thinking it's coming from a slow boat from China, and eBay thinks that it's already been here, and it's not. So they was going, it's just coming from another place. You're basically real smart aleck. Like I said, I videoed the whole opening of this package. I could put on my YouTube channel. And they was real smart aleck about it, saying, well, go ahead, put it on YouTube. All this is saying is coming from a different warehouse. We were just telling eBay that your order was ordered. And I put, no, it says order delivered. Anyway, that's just a rant. I'm just always afraid I'm going to get screwed when I deal with some of these people on eBay. Just have to keep them honest. Let's try to polish this a little bit, and after we get it, this is 320, and I realize that's a little tight. I got some 400, but this will wear down pretty quick, and then it'll be pretty smooth. Hey Jack, you're not in gear. Let's run this. I should have put that around it first. This is dangerous, kids. Don't do this in real life. Just don't do as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. You know what I might do on that? Again, I've never tried this before, but let's turn it as slow as this will go, which is 70 RPM. Let's see what we can do here. Move this around a little bit. Just kind of smooth it up a little so we can mock it and see what the size is, see if it's in spec. Polish it up a little. Make sure we've removed all that aluminum material that's got on there. Sandpaper's kind of crappy. It ain't really 320 after you run it a minute. It kind of knocks all the stuff off of it, so it's more like polishing now. So you can do this, and it's turning on you, so you can, a little better than just sitting in one place and trying to do that. You might flat spot it, but again, this is a compressor. This is not an engine, so it's not like it's running high RPM and it's not trying to get you anywhere. You're just pumping air. So as long as it stays together and pumps air, things are nice. When it quits pumping air, things are not so nice. So I'm just running this a little while, see what kind of surface we get. It's probably more like 600 grit now because it's wore all the crap off of it. So pretty smooth. Let's hit this other one a little bit. It didn't have as much trouble, but it looks kind of dirty. So let's go around this surface where the bearing is running just to clean up any dirt or anything off of it. It's not really taking nothing off. It's hard to get on that actually. I think I'll take my Scotch-Brite pad on that that's wore out. And just polish on this a little bit with that. Just hold it right here. Thing's about wore out. It's not really taking much off of it. I'm probably right in your way. I wonder what happened if we ran this other direction. Maybe we can hold it better like this. This is not a professional compressor rebuild service here. I'm just showing you what you can do, or what I do in my little shop when I need to fix something. And I'll fix it and fix it right. I'm not messing around here and doing stuff wrong. Just it may take me longer to get something done, but I got ways of doing it. So. Okay, that's pretty smooth. That feels good and smooth. This actually feels smooth, but we need to mic it and measure it. I don't know what this size is. Let's get a rough size with the caliper, and then we'll go find our, I figure that's between 1 and 2 inches, so this little 0 to 1 micrometer I got here ain't gonna do it. So. Yeah, we're at about 1 5/8, so I bet that's the size. Without even looking it up. We'll measure both. I bet they're both the same and compare them, and I'll come right back to you when I find my micrometer. Alright, these are these new micrometers. They're not new, but they're nice shape. I just bought on eBay. I don't know, in the last month I really like these. I have some others. I think they're Speedaire or something, I don't remember. I really like these. I just checked them on the standard, and they're reading about 1/10 of a thousandth over, so that's perfect. So let's measure this. Remember I said we're probably at 1 5/8, which is going to be 1.625. So we're going to be in this general area. Let's just see. We'll measure this in a couple places. Just lock that and feel it a little bit here. That's a pretty tight. It's a little tight actually. I don't like it. Let's unlock that and loosen it just a little. I just want to feel in a few different spots here and see if I think it's flat. That feels good all the way across in that area. Let's just see what that number is. I didn't bring any glasses, so we'll just have to take a minute to read it. Alright, we're at 1.623 and about a half. Yeah. 4/10 over, so it's really right at 1.623, a fat 23, 1.623. Now let's measure it this other direction, see if we're flat, see if we're round, I guess you might say. Let me loosen this, make sure what I think about this measurement. About 180 degrees from where we were. And get that same. Just lock it and see if we can feel. It's a little tight. A little tight there. Anyway, I'm just feeling. Got that snug down where I can turn it just a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. That direction, that's straight up and down. Let's see what we're at there. we're right at 1.624. So we're about 1,000th under 5/8, 1 5/8, and that's pretty true both directions. You know, we're pretty round actually. We're within, for sure, within 1,000th or half a thousandth being round. We're about within a half a thousandth. So our final number we can call 1.624. Now let's see what this one measures. We'll go two different ways on it. Boy, that's perfect right there. That's perfect. That feels good. So I feel pretty confident that this wasn't damaged, because it's measuring the same as that one at 1.624. And I've kind of polished on that and polished on that a little, just to remove that old aluminum material that's stuck to it. This is usually a little bit harder than the rod, so if you don't run it ridiculous long time with problems, you can usually get by with reusing the crankshaft. So let's go look the specs up and we'll get back. Okay, pilgrims, here's the final deal. I got the parts ordered. It was a pain. Basically going through Granger is the best, one of the few ways you can find this stuff, but I was able to find a similar model number, and I did contact Granger, and they verified that this rod that I need, remember it's been galled up here, this rod is not any good. So I ordered the rod and I went ahead and got a set of rings, because to me it don't look like those are, I just don't trust them since it's been hot. So it's expensive buying this stuff. It's $136 just for a set of rings and that one rod. And all of these gaskets look like they're just fine. These feel good. I believe we'll be just fine. I don't know if I showed you down in this case. Probably can't see good, but it's all pretty clean and good. See anything wrong with any seals? So this is going to pretty much conclude part one of this build, and I'm going to be waiting on parts for probably a week. So let's see if I can sit down here in my chair a minute. See if I can tell you one final thing in conclusion. Is for some reason we lucked out on this, and all that really happened, this one rod galled, and I think it happened because this dipper that's on here, you're supposed to have a dipper that's kind of in there at an angle, I think. It scoops oil up, pushes it into this groove, and we were able to clean the crankshaft just fine. Didn't find any real good specs on this engine stuff here. I don't know how well you're seeing all this. I'm not using a monitor right now, so excuse me for guessing, but these specs basically tell you the bore diameter we did find out was 4 3/4 on the low pressure piston, and I'm not seeing it here, but I think it was 2. Anyway, I think it's 2 3/4 and 4 3/4 is our bore diameters, which don't really matter. The bore looks to be in really pretty good shape. I do think we may go ahead, they're not in perfect shape, but I may go ahead and hone that pretty well. May get Herman to inspect it for me. We'll do a good hone on it, and I think this thing's going to live. So whenever the parts come in, I'll try to get back with you, and we'll do part 2 on this video, I think. I just want to get a little bit of stuff on while I have a little time today. I'm not at work, and we're going to be heading on vacation, and we may do some recordings on some of that. So anyway, be safe out there, and get out in the shop and build something cool. I'm not going to say that. That's Dale Derry's saying that. Get out in the shop and fix something. How about that? All right. Peace out.